Get your game face on. It's time for 60 minutes of full contact sports talk. This is The Locker Room on AM900 CHML. Here's your host, Anthony Urciuoli.
With the 21st pick in the 2012 draft, the Flames are proud to select from Stansted High School in Quebec, Mark Jankowski.
Ooh, baby. This is a legendary pick. This is good.
Hey everybody, welcome inside the locker room. I am Anthony Urciuoli. The 100th episode of the locker room, kind of a milestone. We got some big things planned. A little later on, Patrick Steinberger, the Fan 960 in Calgary, is going to join us. We'll recap Week 7 of the CFL season. Cats go down, and now there's just a big logjam in both divisions. A lot of parity, which can't be a bad thing. But now, joining me in studio, the first round pick of the Calgary Flames in 2012. Mark Jankowski is with us. Mark, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. I saw that little smile on your face when I played the little clip of the Flames drafting you there. How many times have you heard that, seriously?
Oh, I've heard it quite a bit since the draft. You know, it seems like everywhere I go, I just go to my friend's house, they're playing it for me. So,
and that Pierre Maguire got a little excited after the pick too. Still kind of surreal.
Yeah, definitely. It's still sinking in a little bit. Just I think back of that weekend. It's just been a really crazy time ever since, but I'm just enjoying it.
Yeah. So now, so where are you living now?
I live in Waterdown.
And initially from Dundas,
yeah.
Just down the road here.
Yeah.
Did you play? Did you play any minor hockey in Hamilton?
Yeah, I played my first few years of rep hockey for the Hamilton Junior Bulldogs, and then I moved away. And my minor midget year I played in St. Catharines for the Junior Falcons. Then I went to Stansted College. So
the big, when you got picked, the big thing was, here's this 17-year-old. He's still kind of raw. He's still kind of growing into his body. You are turning 18 in September, but the fact that you're a 17-year-old, I mean, I'm not going to say it's a controversial pick, but some people are kind of questioning. Maybe you're too young. Have you been hearing that a lot too?
Well, I've just been hearing a lot that, I'm pretty young. Like, if my birthday was 2 days later, I'd be in next year's draft, not this year's. But I just think that's there's a lot more room for development. Being a younger player, then, like I said, I have a lot more room to grow and develop as a player.
By the way, you are here for my 100th show, which is when you're, doing your Hockey Hall of Fame acceptance speech in like 40 years. I want you to highlight of your career was today on this show.
For sure, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. So the Flames did move back in that draft. They had an earlier pick. They went down to 21st. Did you kind of have a feeling then that you were going to go?
Well, yeah, especially when they made that pick, I was kind of thinking about it, but I didn't want to, get my hopes up for anything. And I had a meeting with them earlier on in the day, and coming out of that meeting, I felt pretty confident that they were going to pick me. But like I said, I didn't want to get my hopes up for anything, so I was just really excited when I heard my name called.
Did you talk to any other teams besides Calgary?
Yeah, I talked to quite a bit. That was a pretty busy day for me, actually, Friday. I woke up, I think, around 6 a.m. and just busy right until the draft.
A lot of... Because you were kind of projected in that second round. You hear a lot of old players that, they don't expect to go so early. So, like, they're in the bathroom when they're called. Or their dad's, check-in is parking, and all of a sudden they get called. So, when you got picked, was it just like did everyone's eyes kind of light up? Like, you were there with your family and stuff? Was everyone just kind of surprised?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think... like when I was talking with my family a little bit, like they just said they heard Stansted College and that was it, and then everything else after that was just a blur. And it's pretty cool when you're talking to your family and it hits them so much like that. It's a pretty cool feeling.
Well, Jay Feaster made the comment that in 10 years from now you'll probably be the best player in that draft. So in a sense you're coming under the radar, but also there's some expectations there.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm really happy to have a GM that has that confidence in me and who can say that. So I'm just really looking forward to proving him right in the future and working towards that.
There's a lot to like about you, but I got to tell you one thing I don't like about you. You went from 5'8" to 6'2" in like 2 years. I want your secret. Tell me.
Oh, I don't know. Just ask my parents about that. Just eating the right foods.
I guess so. I would give my right arm to be... Not my right arm, because that's my date tonight. But if it was... I'd give my left arm to be at least 5'8". So you get that big growth spurt. So now is the big thing, like, now you got to get kind of bigger, you got to fill out a little more?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's all going to come naturally, but I'm also working out really hard at the Athlete Training Center in Mississauga. So I'm working really hard to fill out that frame, and I know I have a few years to do that, and I'm just working really hard to get there.
Is there like a target weight? What are you in at now?
I'm weighing 180 right now.
So is there like a target they're trying to get you to, or?
Not really. There. I just know that when I'm playing, like in my prime, and when I'm playing the NHL, I want to be around 210, 215. So.
Yeah, and it's doable because especially now with the kind of trainers there are now that know so much. I remember Joe Thornton was like 190 and now he's like 225 or something. So it's doable. So is it a program you're on? So you're with a specific trainer? Is it a routine that you've kind of gotten into?
Yeah, definitely. I've been working out with this the same guy since this is my 4th summer here, and I've been working out really hard with him, and he trains a lot of NHL players as well, like John Tavares and Ryan Strome and guys like that. So he really knows what he's doing. It's a high-intensity program, so I'm really looking forward to working with him in the future as well.
Yeah, and it's a different workout too, because it's not like you're just there bench pressing and curling. It's a lot about like core training and legs. Maybe just talk about kind of the program you're on. Like, what kind of training, kind of workouts are you doing?
Yeah, it's a hockey specific training, so it's not like you're just going to the gym by yourself and just doing some curls, like you said, or doing some bench press. It's a lot of core and a lot of squats to work on your leg strength. That's really important these days. Like, skating is probably one of the most important skills you can have in the NHL these days. So a lot of leg stuff and core, and now in the second half of the summer, we're doing a lot of conditioning as well, getting ready for a lot of guys who are working out there, getting ready for their camps and stuff. So getting in that conditioning, and it's really cool in the sense that every day you go there, you're not doing the same workout that you've done before. Everything is new, and that's what I really like about it. And all the guys there, they really push you to be the best, because it's pretty much the best athletes in like the Toronto area. So it's a good atmosphere when you go in there, and they're all pushing you to be the best.
Isn't that kind of tough though? I mean, you probably have your group of friends. It's the summertime. They're going to the beach. They're going to parties, whatever. And you have to be a little more disciplined. Like you're not able to be a teenager by definition. I mean, in a sense, there's a lot more discipline going into you this summer.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I've kind of had that since my whole life. I've never actually been someone to go out and just party on the weekends and during the summer and something like that. But I have a group of friends who, they know what I'm committed to do, and a lot of them are they're high profile athletes as well. Like I said, at the place where I work out, a lot of the guys there are high profile athletes, so they're not really going out to parties as well. So it's not too difficult like that.
Well, I told you Evander Kane got offended when I asked him about partying, so I'm glad you did it yourself there. No, but it's true. I mean, it's tough because it's a different. Let's face it, 17, 18-year-olds in this country, people are going to drink, they're going to go to parties. So there's a different discipline here. I mean, you don't, in the same sense, you don't want to make some kind of mistake now that ends up affecting your career, right?
Right, definitely. Like you hear a lot of those stories about athletes, who get caught doing something, and I just think they're not really using their brain sometimes. You have to realize that you're kind of in the spotlight now since what happened. So like I said, I've never really been one to go out to party and do that kind of stuff anyway. So it hasn't been a problem for me.
A guy you've been compared to is Joe Nieuwendyk. I've seen that thrown around a lot. Is there a player that you've grown up kind of following, maybe wanted to emulate?
Well, definitely this year, especially this year, just watching Evgeny Malkin play. He's kind of a bigger, skilled forward, so I really like to play like him, and I want to model my game after him. Yeah,
and he's not... To be a big... I think, a lot of people assume because you're a big player that you have to be physical and fight, but it's not... You look like a guy like James Van Riemsdyk, who just kind of knows how to use his size. I'm guessing that's kind of the route you're looking at, too.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, a big, skilled forward, not necessarily a big power forward, so that's really how I like to play.
All right, well, we're here with Mark Jankowski, first-round pick of the Calgary Flames. We'll take our first break. You okay to sit for one more segment?
Yeah, definitely.
Nowhere to go?
No
parties to go to? All right, we'll be back with Mark after the break inside the locker room.
Mind strong, body strong. Try to find equilibrium. Let's walk through the fire.
Welcome back inside the locker room. Anthony Urciuoli here. And Mark Jankowski co-hosting for the first half here, the 2012 21st overall draft pick in the NHL went to the Calgary Flames. Kind of the news that came out the last couple weeks. You were kind of trying to figure out what you were going to do this upcoming year. The USHL seemed like it was a likely destination. Maybe the NCAA after that, but you're going to go straight to college. You're going to go to Providence. Why that decision?
Well, it was a long decision. I've been thinking about it for quite a while. Just I think I'm ready to make the jump right away to go to college instead of I was kind of thinking maybe to go to the USHL as a transition from where I played the Quebec Prep School to NCAA. But I think I'm ready to make the jump. And going into Calgary's development camp, I was a little bit nervous, playing against a lot of older, more experienced players. And coming out of there, I felt really confident in how I played. So I'm going pretty confident into Providence of how I can play there.
Yeah, and a lot of the team officials were impressed with your camp. So did that play into it too? I mean, the fact that you adjusted and got acclimated so well, it's going to make this decision a lot easier, obviously.
Yeah, I think that kind of went into it as well. Just like I said, being a little more confident. Like I think I'm going to go into Providence next year, being confident in how I'm going to play instead of being nervous and wondering if I can play at that level. I'm confident that I'm going to be able to play at that level next year.
Well, and you're going to be playing at the highest level because you're going to be playing in Hockey East. So you've got Boston College, BU, UNH. So you're playing at the highest level. You're going to be playing the best players in the country.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's going to be really crucial in my development. That's one of the reasons I chose Providence College. It's they're playing in the Hockey East. It's best leagues in the NCAA, if not the best league. So playing against those top players in the top leagues, it's going to be great for my development.
Yeah, and you're going to be in the Boston area. So if you find out they know Chara's going to be at some kind of bar, maybe go start a little scrap with them, get your name out there.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
push Chara around. I feel like you have to make a name for yourself early. That's what you have to do.
Yeah, maybe somehow. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a fight?
No, I haven't.
That's good.
Yeah, playing at prep school, you're not really allowed to fight.
So. And NCAA is same
exactly.
idea, right? So that's not going to be an issue. We talked about kind of your development now and the fact that you're training this offseason, trying to get a little bigger, trying to get a little stronger. Does the team keep tabs on you? Like, do you keep in constant communication with the Flames?
Yeah, I've especially during the season, every other week I'm in contact with someone from the Flames, just keeping tabs on them, like you said, and just telling them how it's going. If I have a game the next day, or if I just had a game, tell them how it went, or say if I got benched for something, tell them why, or something like that. Just always gotta just keep in contact with them.
Well, and the pedigree's there because, your grandfather's Lou Jankowski, played for Detroit and Chicago. Your Uncle Ryan's a scout for Montreal. Why didn't he pick you, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. I was giving the gears after for that. Yeah.
So the pedigree's there. I mean, do you think that played a role? I mean, having that kind of a hockey family, did that help this to where you are now?
Well, definitely being part of a hockey family like that has helped me in the sense where I have people to talk to about stuff like they really know this business really well. Like my grandpa, I really got a chance to talk with him a lot about just growing up. About whenever he would come watch me play, he'd give me pointers. Maybe you should do this a little better. Or maybe try this once in a while. And right before the draft, actually, I went and talked with my great uncle, who's Red Kelly, who.
Yeah, I just saw that now. Yeah, Red Kelly too.
Yeah.
So it's an impressive bloodline. I think my great uncle was like a street sweeper in Italy or something. I'm destined to be a street sweeper. That's the conclusion I've come to. The best though, which is big. So last time we talked, I gave you a little advice. I said stay away from the girls, stay away from the Facebook stuff. Keep yourself. Have you been keeping yourself focused here?
Yeah, exactly. Definitely.
No girlfriends or anything?
I do have a girlfriend back in Quebec, actually.
Okay,
yeah.
But she understands what the hockey's a
exactly.
priority right
yeah,
now.
She
That's
knows.
good then.
Yeah.
That's a good girl then. That's good. Did you get to all those Facebook requests, all those ad requests that you got?
Yeah, they're still coming in, actually, just ignoring them all.
They all want tickets. That's the problem. Trying to use you. All right, Mark. Well, listen, thanks for doing this. Appreciate being part of the 100th episode here, the highlight of your career already. And I'd love to keep tabs. Check how you're doing here, and best of luck in Providence.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me.
All right, Mark Jankowski, Calgary Flames draft pick, and going to Providence next year. Again, thanks for doing this, and we're going to take another break. We'll be back.